Hey there, welcome to my channel for Evolved Humans. I'm Ms. Day, and I'm just going to do a collective reading. So the first thing I wanted to say is, first of all, I know that the people that are going to see this movie, this video, you've been awakened. I feel like you're not all of a sudden aware of your senses. I feel like you are riding the wave of a higher frequency right now. That's what I was experiencing. I think that you feel like this is a weird thing, but this is what I felt like was going to be. Like, I was asking for specific messages for the reading for YouTube, and it's like I was feeling this weird new breeze. It's like literally, I was just thinking like new wave, and I feel like you guys, whoever is listening to this movie video, why am I saying movie? This is so weird. Whoever is listening to this video, I think that interesting. I think that this is silly. You know that movie The Happening? And like, I can't even believe I'm saying this because like that's not a movie I watch more than once because not much happened. So, but anyway, in that movie, it's like there was air and it was like a negative air flow because like there was some toxin in the air and it was making people do ridiculous things and kill them. That sounds really low, but the point is, when I was outside today, I was like thinking about the reading, and it's like in multiple areas, I feel like wherever you are, it's almost like all of a sudden there's a new breeze coming in, and it's like new, fresh, and you are awake and you're ready to go. So whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you're aware of senses. You're like you've entered the dream state of this situation. And so I feel like going forward, it gets really easy to get kind of chaotic in your head when you're opening up to your abilities. So first of all, it's really, really important to keep trying. So this is an action moment. This is an action moment. You have stepped up. You are riding the wave, right? Of higher frequency consciousness. That's what it is. Like, that's what this, it's a new wave of awakening for you where you have done work, you've done the inner work, and now you're stepping out through like this new place, into this new place. So I think first of all, I'm sensing some of you are feeling like almost fear, like an anxious type of feeling. Like I was thinking that it felt like when you're standing on the threshold of, or like the edge of a cliff and you're like terrified of jumping, but it's like time to jump. It's time to jump because like what's behind you, you've conquered it, it's behind you, and what you need to do right now is step forward. Step into the new because you're ready and you can handle it. So I feel like what you're going to need to do, the message I keep getting is like it's almost like you stepped out of the hole that you had to crawl through for a while. And I know this, like, it sounds like the same as the last reading, but it's not. It's like something about this gaping like hole that you were going through, like you sorted through some deep core, some of the root issues that you've had and carried throughout your entire life. And so I feel like this new wave, new breeze that's coming through, it's like you're being reassured right now that you got through it and you did the work, and it's okay for you to move forward and trust that you can handle all kind of the chaos that's coming in. Because I feel like you're sensing a lot and you're at your, I think you trust your guides. I don't know who you believe in. Like, everybody's got their own type of way of saying who they trust in this, but I think you have that. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's like, I don't know if you're connected to your own past loved ones and they're the ones that guided you through this and into this situation or not, but I feel like, so going forward, okay, this is like a collective message all day in different areas, for all of us, myself included. It's like staying humbled and not taking for granted this new awareness, because it's like you were already capable as the vehicle. Like, we were already evolved to this. And now going into this next phase, it's like it's almost like you feel like, okay, I did the work, so like when am I gonna feel like not a reward, but like when am I gonna feel that I can keep it going now, the good stuff, the up move, you know? And it's like I feel like the work doesn't stop, and going forward, just don't, it's like I feel like the message is to keep your head level. Remember to be grateful that you are aware, because I feel like you've unlocked to the higher frequencies. And that's actually like, okay, when people talk about like manifesting abundance into their lives, this is that. So, like, this isn't about reward, but it's very easy for the human to kind of feel that way and lead with that. And you have to remember, this is where it's like, what I feel like you're being told is like, I've got you, just keep trusting me. And this is an action moment. You are now open and you are sourcing, like you are connected. And now, in order to keep your human processing that higher frequency going forward, you need to allow yourself to stay real with yourself inside and be like, okay, let my motivation be for, make sure it matches the vibration of what you're grateful for yourself, like through your inner healing and the upward step. Like, you've obviously learned to go up here, and you've done it because you've got acceptance. And so I feel like the message going forward is to like continue the inner journey with that guidance coming in. Like, don't forget that you're still going to need to heal in the next steps, and you're going to need to keep it's like what they're saying is control your emotions. That sounds so, like, that doesn't sound easy, obviously. Like, what if it were that easy where you could just bloop total control? But I feel like you've stepped into a higher realm. You've gone through a transition, and now to keep transitioning forward, I like to give messages of like what movement you can handle now, like what you can do to get where your desired results are. So I feel like what they're saying is you keep that curiosity and that newfound, that's why it's like a dream state is what I keep describing. Because like I feel like you're seeing flashes, I feel like you're seeing little ripples in the air. Ripples, like, that's a cool thing. I've not even said it that way before, but it's like when you can see like little waves, sort of like motions in the air, and you're like, there's nothing in the air. That's not dust, it's not smoke, it's not steam, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like your newfound awareness is a little bit flashy. And so going forward, it's hard to not kind of stumble over your own 2 feet, because you're like, you want to go so fast and keep riding that wave that's really fast and high level. But it's like, I feel like what they're saying is that your human vehicle is still going to need to be grounded. Like, you're still going to need you need a stronger, firmer foundation, because you've opened up now. You're receiving more. So I feel like that's like what this message is about. So I'm going to go, whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you're accepting of the guidance that you're given. So I feel like it's not a matter of whether or not you're receiving signs. It's more so like how you can step your vehicle up to where your awareness is, because you're totally aware of taking in more and receiving more information. You're aware that you're like having all these sensations. I feel like you're connecting the dots and you're like using your own discernment better. So I feel like what they're saying is, don't lead with your head so much that you forget to hear what they want you to get to, because it's gonna stay broad. Like, keep all of your senses open. Don't just zone in on the ones that you feel more comfortable in. I know that sounds a little opposite from what some people would say, and that's fine. So I feel like, okay, so stepping forward, first of all, I feel like you need to release tension out of your body, whoever I'm talking to. Like, I think your self-care now is going to be releasing physical tension out of your body, like to get out other people's energies. because I think that you're carrying them. So then going forward, it's awesome because I feel like there's only positive, like you're on the higher frequency, like you're riding the wave. So I feel like what your guides are, like what's coming through is basically breathe through it. Feel kind of like that child excited state. Remember what it felt like when you were like really little and you were excited to like explore if you went to a zoo or some garden or like an aquarium. Remember how magical that felt, and it was like you could ping your attention all over the place and you were fine because somebody had your back, right? You didn't just disappear into the crowd. Because if you just ran without your parents in these areas, you'd get lost and then the joy would turn to trauma. That is what they're saying now. It's like with all of the power now, your action moment, like really focus on what it is you want to do with this awareness. What do you want to give back? Because that's what you feel like called to do. Like it's your moment to really zone in. And here's another thing. I feel like I keep hearing like that you're going to have emotional outbursts going forward, and you need to kind of let your ebb and flow feel unbalanced a little bit and your goal is going to be physically balancing that out because you've got the control to do it right now. I feel like you have access and you are literally aligned with the higher vibration. So it's like if your will is aligned with that, that's when it's time, raise up your vehicle and like let it do, just cooperate with what it wants to do. Don't combat it. Don't stop the processes happening as you go forward. Let them become a little more like fluid and intense. So it's like you might outburst some things and you might want to like take some more alone time just for the next like couple of weeks even. Just because that way because sometimes going through this stuff you might not know how to like, sometimes going into any transition, you might be more verbal than you want to be before you have time to sort out your thoughts. So I feel like what they want to is for you to have permission. I don't know who this is for, but this is really specific. You need to give yourself permission to have a space to sort out your thoughts. That's what this going forward is. Don't only lead with what you can put together with what you're going to gain, like input, output, input, output. They want you to take input and then have yourself in there as well. Like you're going to have time to experience being you because you're the messenger of anything that's coming through at this point. So the power's in your hands and you really just use your strength of will and your desire to stay on the high frequency, like just continue forward, making sure that you're realigning with your own secure feelings. Okay, so I'm gonna end it at that because I feel like that's what like the whole message was today. So I'm gonna end it at that. If you like the way that I do the readings, definitely let me know if things apply to you. If you would not mind, that would be awesome. And subscribe to my channel if you like the reading so that you get notified when I add videos. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. So thanks. All right, bye.